Breaking news from HJRR TV. I'm your host, Holy Joe Rock and Roll, reporting from Rome. Scratch that, I'm actually in Krakow, the city of kings. Krakow, Poland. Are you tired of winning? I'm not tired of winning, baby. Trump has proven once again he is the master of the art of the deal. How many Democrats and rhino Republicans were just the last week, and even before that, so upset that Trump is insisting that we get better trade deals with the EU, claiming that he's bashing our allies. And I heard House Speaker Ryan saying there are better tools that we could use. Not tariffs, there's better tools that we could use. What tools? And why haven't you used them, asshole? You've been in the House for how long? You've been the House majority leader for how long? I mean, it's insane. Anyway, art of the deal, and as Trump says, and as I have said, we're holding all the cards. If you are a net debtor nation to all these other countries, meaning that you buy more of their shit than they buy of your shit, you're holding all the cards. The EU exports $40 billion worth of cars and car parts to the US every year. $40 billion. The EU as a total has like $140 billion surplus in terms of trade compared to, versus the US. Now, it's not as bad as China's, but it's $140 billion, right? So Trump is just saying, and he agreed with this Liechtenstein, who was he, the Chancellor of the EU? An unelected former Nazi descendant. I can't even remember his name. He looks like a globalist weasel. Whatever his name is. But they had a press conference after they negotiated, had their meeting. And, hang on, is it Messerschmitt? No, it's Gunther. Anyway.
Something similar to that.
Trump and this guy, this somehow self-appointed, what is he, president of the EU or chancellor of the EU? Gunther, I can't think of the guy's name, I'm sorry. This is live and unscripted. They both came out and they said that they are agreeing to negotiate down to no tariffs, no subsidies, no barriers, no non-tariff barriers between the United States and the EU. Listen, folks, this will be awesome, right? I am driving an American-made car. This is a Dodge. It happens to have a Volkswagen engine in it, and it has a European-built transmission, and maybe that's how they got it into the country. But it was actually made in the USA, not made in Mexico. And it's super comfortable, seat 7. And I prefer to have this car than any other car. There's no European car that I would prefer. I have other European cars, but they're not as comfortable as this car. This is a comfortable car. And you don't have to be a fat-ass American to enjoy a comfortable car, right? I mean, I got some Volvos. They're nice to drive, but they're not as comfortable as this. Anyway, what I'm saying is that if you look at the European countries, if you look at a lot of Western European countries, in fact, those that are considered to be advanced industrial countries, like go to Italy. Look at all the shitty little cars that they have in Italy. Right, a lot of little shitty Fiats. Go to Paris. Look at all the shitty little cars that they have. These tiny ass little Citroens about the size of my trunk. Seriously, Citroens and Posek, whatever the hell it is. Right? Come to Poland, you got people. I would say probably half the cars are what they call Kombi, or what we in English would call like a station wagon-ish. So basically, or a hatchback. They're the bigger type cars, right? Like, station wagon-ish type thing, or family car. Usually seats 5 people very comfortably, and there's a trunk in the back. That's what I see here in Poland. And Poland is considered a much less richer country, right? So how is that even possible? It is possible. It is happening right now. And people in Poland prefer bigger cars. And I know that if these tariffs were dropped on American products, for instance, the Mustang is being assembled in Mexico because Mexico and the EU signed a free trade agreement. So it's cheaper to ship the Mustang from the Mexican-built or Mexican-assembled Mustang is what's being sold here in Europe. I don't want a Mexican-assembled Mustang. If I want a Mustang, I want an American-built muscle car. I mean, come on. It makes no sense. Anyhow, you can see that everybody is coming and they want to make a deal because America is the biggest economy and everybody wants to sell to America. It's that simple. It's just that simple. And so I looked at some of the videos from like the major networks. The Fox network, most of the comments were positive, but you always had, I'll say about a third of the comments were negative, or, you know, like Trump is an idiot kind of stuff, kind of comments. And it just like, it's so, they're in derangement. They're Trump derangement syndrome. They're in such denial of the truth. So if you have one of those people in your life, send them this video. I'm Holy Joe Rock and Roll, trying to explain to you, it's just very simple. If you're the buyer, if you're the buyer of much more than the person that you're selling to, you're holding all the cards, because if you stop buying their junk, they lose, not you, right? They lose because they're trying to sell to you. So it's just that simple. And as a result, EU and China will come to the table and negotiate, making better trade deals for the United States. And what I think what's going to happen when this is all said and done, because there's going to be more trade from America going to China, there's going to be more money in the U.S., meaning that Americans and American companies can even buy more foreign stuff. Foreign stuff may go down a little bit in the short term, but if Americans and American companies have more stuff to buy, there's a really good chance that we'll buy even more stuff from foreign countries. But at least we want to close that gap, right? But I think net, that's my prediction, is that we will buy as much, if not more, from China, but they will buy a lot more from us, okay? So it's win-win for everybody. They're gonna sell more stuff, and because we're gonna sell more stuff to them, and because we're selling more stuff to them, we're able to buy more stuff from them. It's a win-win, all right? All right, baby. Holy Joe Rock and Roll coming at you live and unscripted. I will talk to you soon. Always remember to make it happen for the captain, because you're the captain. This has been Breaking News with Holy Joe Rock and Roll. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and always remember to make it happen for the captain, because you're the captain.